Today, we are diving into something that so many English learners struggle with: how to get out of your own head, stop translating every single word, and actually start thinking in English. If you've ever felt that struggle, well, you are in exactly the right place. You know the feeling, right? You're in a great conversation, you know exactly what you want to say, but your brain just hits a wall. It's busy trying to translate from your native language word for word. And by the time you've found the words, the conversation has already moved on. It is so frustrating. But believe me, it happens to almost everyone. There's actually a name for this. It's called the translation trap. And here's what's important to know. Falling into it doesn't mean you're a bad learner. Not at all. In fact, it's a totally normal stage. It's a sign that your brain is working hard, trying to build this incredible new skill. So why do we get stuck in this trap? A lot of it boils down to one thing: fear. The fear of saying something wrong. And that fear makes us freeze. We start focusing way too much on perfect grammar instead of just letting the conversation flow. We try to find a perfect one-to-one match for every word, and we forget that real, natural fluency is more of an instinct, not a math problem. And this quote really gets to the heart of it. This is the big mindset shift we need to make. Your goal isn't to become a super fast, human-powered translation machine. The real goal is to get your brain to skip that step altogether, to think directly in English. That's where the magic happens. So, the big question is, how do we actually do that? Well, we have to actively rewire our brains. Seriously. Think of it like you're building a new muscle at the gym. It takes a little bit of consistent work, but with the right exercises, you can train your brain to create new habits and make thinking in English feel automatic. And the secret ingredient here is just consistency. Every single time you make a conscious choice to think in English, even for a second, you're strengthening a new mental pathway. You're teaching your brain to connect what you see and what you do directly to English words. And over time, that process gets faster, easier, and much more natural. Okay, so let's get practical. How do we start building that mental muscle? I'm going to give you 3 super powerful but really simple tools that you can start using literally today to get on that path to fluency. These are our 3 tools. They're simple, but trust me, they're game changers. First, we're going to narrate our simple thoughts. Second, we'll use a cool mental trick called picture thinking. And third, we're going to adopt a whole new attitude. Speak first and worry about correcting it later. Let's dig into that first one. All right, tool number 1 is maybe the easiest one to start with. And you can do it right now, in your head. Just start narrating your own day. Become the voiceover for your own life, using simple English. It might sound a little silly, but it is such a powerful first step. And I mean really simple stuff. Like when you wake up, think, I'm getting out of bed, I need coffee. When you're walking down the street, think, that's a red car, the sky looks cloudy. See, you're not trying to solve world problems here. You're just creating this constant, low-pressure connection between your life and the English language. Okay, next up is a technique that I absolutely love. It's called picture thinking. This is basically a shortcut, a way to hack your brain's natural learning system. The idea is to connect an English word directly to a picture, or a feeling, or an action in your mind, and completely cut out your native language as the middleman. Just look at the difference here. The old way, the translation way, is slow. It's a 2-step process. You think of the word in your language, then you search for the English word. With picture thinking, you just skip that. You see the image of someone running, and your brain goes straight to the English word run. This is how we all learned our first language, right? By connecting words to the world around us, not to other words. And our third and final tool is all about changing your mindset. It's a commitment to put fluency before perfection. Remember that fear of making mistakes we talked about? Well, this is the cure. The goal is just to keep the conversation going, even if your sentences aren't perfectly polished. Oh man, we have all been in that stuck moment. You're searching for that one perfect word, like hesitate, and the entire conversation just grinds to a halt. The fluent way? Just improvise. Use the words you do know. Instead of freezing, you say something like, when you stop because you're unsure, it might not be as fancy, but who cares? The conversation flows, and you just trained yourself to be a more flexible, confident speaker. Okay, so you have the tools, you know the strategies.
Now it's time to actually put them into practice. So we're going to give you a simple, powerful challenge to get you started and let you feel the difference for yourself.
24. That's it. We're talking about a 24-hour challenge. This isn't some lifelong commitment. It's just a short, manageable sprint. It's designed to get you just a little bit out of your comfort zone and show you what's possible when you start thinking a little differently. So here is your mission. For just one day, that's all, put these tools to the test. Narrate your actions in your head. I'm washing the dishes. Plan out your next steps. I'll go to the gym at 5. And most importantly, when you get stuck on a word, and you will, that's okay, challenge yourself to describe it instead of reaching for a translator. Just see how it feels.
But when we zoom out, these little tools and strategies are about so much more than just learning vocabulary. This journey to true fluency, to actually thinking in a new language, can have a really deep and powerful impact on you.
Because it's true, when you learn to genuinely think in another language, it's like you're putting on a new pair of glasses. You're not just translating your old thoughts, you're actually gaining access to a whole new way of seeing things, new perspectives, new ways of connecting with people. It literally opens up your world.
And I want you to hold on to this final idea. Sometimes it can feel like your small daily efforts don't matter. Thinking, I need coffee in English seems so tiny. But each one of those moments is like a single drop of water. And over time, millions of those drops can carve out massive canyons. They have the power to completely change your mental landscape. So you have to trust the process. So I will leave you with that question. What's the one small drop, the one simple action that you're going to add to your day today to start carving your own path to fluency? Thanks for joining us.